All right. Oh, they added a new feature there. All right, so today is August 9th, and it has been a while since our call, so I'm so excited to be on here. And I'm excited to see all your faces, and this is so fun. So tonight we are just going to be talking a little bit about what we have coming up. We're going to be talking about some takeaways from Summit and tell you guys a little bit about that and what's to come. So I hope you guys are excited because I'm super psyched about all the stuff we have to share with you guys. Just business side of things. We have like everything almost for sale this month. So it is like any program, anybody you have on your list from the past, great way to follow up with them because we have 21 Day Fix, Extreme, PIO, Refresh, everything, Size, Country Heat, 22-minute hardcore. So everything's for sale. So that's awesome. That's for August promotions. We have tomorrow night, I have a webinar. I'm doing a live webinar. So if anybody has anybody interested in coaching, feel free to share the information, make a post about it, and we can add them into it. I am just probably going to try and do a Zoom call, just like my past ones, and we just give them the link, and then people can either call in or video in, and I kind of go through a quick webinar and answer questions. So you're welcome to use my event and change it up a little bit, or you're welcome to create your own, whatever. But it's tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try and do those like once a month. Once September comes and we can get back into the swing of things, my life will be a lot less chaotic. So that will be on a schedule once a month. We had Country Heat starting the 8th. I personally did not have anybody. I know we have in partnership with Shine is running a group, so we can add them to that. And then we have August, we have our free group, Chloe. I'm going to have you talk for a moment about that in a minute. Chloe starting our free faith and fitness group. I created an event. Feel free to create your own event and share that and add people to it. Chloe, do you want to you give any input on what the group is like? So if people ask what the group's about, maybe you could tell them about what to expect.
Well, I'm going to do a workout 3 times a day. So morning, afternoon, and evening. And I'm going to try and incorporate like a scripture.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to try and fit in like maybe a recipe once a day, and also a call for any prayer request.
Cool. Awesome. So do you need help posting, or you got the post done, or can we add in certain things?
Anybody can add in at any time.
Okay.
Keep it going. But I pretty much have it down.
Okay, cool. So create an event, get people in your event. What happens is after you've created an event, ask those people to share and invite their friends, and that's going to help you build some friends in your network. Adding new friends is the purpose of these free groups. Adding new friends maybe you wouldn't have added before because this is a different kind of group that we've never had this group before. So make sure you're creating events, sharing that with people, adding new friends, and then before the group starts, Chloe will open a group up, and then we'll add all of our people into that group before we start. So if you, Chloe, maybe by Friday or Saturday, you could have a group done, so then we can start adding people, so then by Sunday night, they're ready to go.
So by Friday?
Friday, Saturday, whatever works for you. As long as we have our people in there by Sunday, then we'll start on Monday, right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if we're all creating, I don't understand why we all create it to put it together.
The point of creating a separate event is because if I had an event and you came to my event and then you added people to it, then somehow they could friend request me. And then the friends start to get mixed up. So then when I start inviting people, everybody tries to check out mutual friends, but sometimes that gets missed. And so to avoid cross pollination of people, especially new people, that's kind of how we do it. We do our own event, add all our new people. Then once they're in the group, I'm not going to be adding any friends out of that group. It's just that's the group purpose, and we're checking in with only our own people at that point.
Yeah, and you can see who's added somebody. So if they contact you, you can be like, no,
right,
Rachel, because she added you.
Yeah, because in the group it'll say this person added by Jada, this person. But in an event, it doesn't say that. So then I'm saying, send me a friend request if you want to join. So I'm getting all these new friends, which potentially could be your new friends. Do you know what I mean? So there's just can be a little bit of crossing. So that's why we do those separate. And then we combined everybody into the group at that point.
Okay. I've never really created a event. So I'm like,
well, I can show you how. It's really easy. When you go to the side, it'll say, events, and then it says create. And then you just make sure it's a public event, not a private event. And then once you click the scroll down for public event. Oh, Abby, we can see your screen. Okay. So I was like, what's happening? So once you create the event, then you can put in, you can look at mine and copy and paste all the wording. And then Chloe created the picture already, so you upload that picture. So it's pretty simple, but if you have problems when you're doing it, let me know, and I'll walk you through it. Once you've done it once, it's easy. So we have that starting the 15th. It's 5 days. The next group we have is going to, as of right now, we have it starting the 22nd. It is called Back to School, Back to You. And it probably is what I'm assuming going to be a 3-week group. And we may do it in the second round in early September because the theme could be used probably more than once. So Back to School, Back to You. I have pictures from last year that we used for this event, so I will share those tomorrow. So you can create an event or use it for posts or whatever you want. So it'll be just our regular 3-week group, and then they move into so at that point, if there's somebody that even if they're doing Country Heat or they're doing a 30-day program, they can still join that group and then continue into the ongoing group the next, to finish up their program. So that's the 22nd. And then the last part of the month, I haven't decided how we're going to do it or if I'm going to do it this month only because I'm going to be gone. But at Summit, we did learn about something called the Backstage Blitz, which is kind of like a live sneak peek kind of thing. And so if it doesn't get put together this month, I do have it on that calendar I created, so I wanted to give you a heads up. But it may not get arranged and put together for this month. So we'll see. That's tentative. So those are all of our things coming up. That's all of our sales. So any questions so far about any of that stuff? Does that make sense? All right. From there, I guess we're going to talk about Summit. So for those of you, obviously you saw all of our awesomeness, and if you weren't there, you might have been a little jealous. It was awesome. It is a really, really neat 4 days of fun and hanging out, but there's also a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration that comes out of it, a lot of good information, a lot of good ideas. So, if you want to go next year, buy your ticket. I think it's still $175. It's in New Orleans. We're going to have a great time. We already got some hotel rooms booked. We already have our tickets. You will not regret going. You just won't regret it. It's an amazing experience. It's tons of fun. And, so for me, I don't just have one takeaway. I mean, I walk away with a lot, but for the most part, I just walk away super pumped. I walk away just whatever maybe steam I had lost, it's like that and tenfold. I just have my goals. I'm going for them. Nothing's stopping me. And I think that's kind of what resonates with me the most is when you hear all these coaches speaking and all these Motivational speakers speaking, the reality is this is not easy. And it's not going to be easy. But if you want it, then you need to work hard for it, and it will come. So that is what I take away the most, I would say, is that this requires hard work to be where I want to be. If those aren't your goals, and that's okay. You know, wherever your goals are, you work as hard as you need to be to get to them. So for me, it was just a feeling of knowing that it's okay that I haven't met where I want to be yet, and that I just need to keep working. And one thing that was told to me that I say all the time now is, you know, you can quit today, but you can't quit tomorrow. So if you're having a bad day, that this quote, like, I feel like I have to tell myself that all the time. I'm like, okay, so today everything sucks. Everybody's saying no. I haven't gotten to do anything. So I'm going to quit. I'm quitting today, but I can't quit tomorrow. So I'm getting back on full force tomorrow. So I know for me, if like Shalise and I are having a bad, that's what we have been telling each other, or, you know, so that's something to keep in mind. And that's one of the biggest quotes I'd say I walked away with. So let's see, Rachel, you want to share something, a takeaway that you learned from Summit?
I was just looking over my notes, which I write a lot of notes, so that's kind of hard. I was thinking a lot about, there was a couple, it was Danielle and Tony, and I can't remember the other lady's name, but they're success partners now. And they had a really good talk about finding a success partner and related it to dating and everything like that. But I think my biggest takeaway from it was just that you can feel alone doing this because, you know, you're not out working, you're not in an office doing it. And so it is a good idea to either engage in the team calls or just connect with people either on our team or find someone who does have similar goals to you, who will push you to reach those goals, whatever they are, who you can be friends with, but they're still going to push you to do better and I don't know, continue to work hard and have somebody to check in with, I guess. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I like that. And I think that for me, like, you know, if you don't know who that person is yet, like, it's okay to just post in our team page and see. Somebody's going to start responding that maybe you bond with, or start a thread with a bunch of people from our team and just be like, hey, I just want to check. Like, until you can form that, create your own way of finding success. Like, create your own way of finding an accountability group between our team or our larger in partnership with Shine team. Or if you are, like, you know, in another group and somebody else is a coach, they don't have to be on our team to be your success partner. You know, that's okay too. So just find somebody that will push you and that will tell you what we just said. Like, it's okay, give up, but tomorrow you better come back and come back harder.
Well, and too with Danielle, she had plateaued. Like, I mean, she still was a 9-star diamond and really awesome, but she wanted to be a superstar, but she was stuck, and it took her finding the right success partner that pushed her to get to where she wanted to be. So I just thought that was a good takeaway, that, you know, even the people who are at the top that you look at and think, how in the world can they do that? They struggle too.
Mm-hmm, for sure. All right, Jada, do you want to share your takeaway?
Well, I guess my biggest thing, well, obviously I'm pumped and I feel like the sky's the limit. I can do whatever. So I kind of really look at it as well, like this one coach was talking about, she asked people to raise their hand who had actually started and completed a program all the way through and how important that was. I mean, I have done that, but after that one time, it's like I kind of slacked off, and it's like, how can I expect other people? Like, I have to be a leader and be consistent. Being consistent, I think that's probably the biggest thing I took away. I need to be consistent in everything and be a leader. People need somebody to watch, to follow, to, somebody they want to, that inspires them and motivates them. So I feel like it's my duty to post and make sure that I'm, doing my part so that it'll help somebody else. So
that's awesome. And consistent, like that's all you hear is consistency. Like you need to be consistent. People don't know what you're doing if you're not consistent. So for sure, 100%, that is a top takeaway for sure. Abby, what about you? What's the thing that resonated with you the most?
A lot like Rachel said, where you're not in it alone and it's just networking with your team and other teams. Also, the personal development, which I did really good at within the beginning, but I've kind of slacked off. And all the top coaches really said that was kind of what kept them accountable and got them going.
Yeah.
And helped them grow themselves in order to lead other people.
Yeah. Yeah, personal development's huge too. So that's something for sure that if you don't have something you're already listening to or you're doing, then find something. And I think, Jada, you mentioned it to me recently that like somebody had said, like, keep reading the same book over and over again until you're actually doing what they're teaching you.
Yeah, at the Super Saturday, Jackie Bull is the one who said that. She said, people, be a doer. Like, people will be all these different books. They're all over the place, and they're reading and watching, but they're not acting on it. She said, pick a book that, that you need to work on, like, in your personal development the most. Like, if you need to work on confidence, read a book about confidence and read it over and over until you actually believe it and start doing it. And then go on to the next one. But don't be like, oh, a little bit in this book, a little bit in this one, and like scatterbrained all over the place, and you ain't producing nothing.
Yeah. And I think being a doer for everything, like all this stuff that we talk about, and so Gary Vanderchuk, is that his last name? I think that's it. He was one of our speakers, and he has a book, right, jab, right hook. But he has a new book out, actually, and he was crazy. He's hilarious, but crazy. And he was like, to the point, like, people, you guys are all going to sit here and listen to all this stuff, and I'm going to tell you what to do, but 90% of you won't even go back and do it. Like, that's the reality. So no matter what you're listening to, what YouTube videos you're doing, if you're not actually putting it into action and you're not a doer, it doesn't even matter. Why waste your time? Like, it's just not going to get you anywhere. So whatever you're taking away from the personal development, whatever, do it. Like, if you're watching YouTube videos to take, and you get an idea, then do it. Like, don't just wait for the right time. There is no more right time. Like, now is the right time. If you will have a goal, if you have a goal to hit diamond, if you have a goal to, make a certain amount of money, whatever your goal is, if you have that goal, you need to be a doer. You need to do it. You need to put it in action. So I think, I have some notes. I mean, I do have notes, and I have actual, like, learning stuff that would like to share with you guys along the way over the next couple of weeks and stuff once we have more team calls. But reality is, it's not, to me, it wasn't anything we haven't heard. That it's a lot of the same stuff we hear on National Wake Up Calls. It's a lot of stuff we hear on trainings. It's awesome information, don't get me wrong, but what you walk away with is so much more. Like, like Jada said, you're pumped. You know you can do this because everybody that speaks there that's on these stages and getting these awards and getting all these accolades, they were just like us. And they were no different except that they were doers, they were consistent, and they, encouraged each other, and they just didn't stop. And no matter how hard it was, if it meant waking up an hour early and going to bed an hour later, if it meant, putting in whatever you had to do, meet your goals, is where you would see that from them. And that's where it pumps you up and wants you to motivate and do the same thing. So it's just like, if you've been to a Super Saturday, it's like Super Saturday times 20,000. I don't even know. I don't think it can compare to Super Saturday. I think it's just the camaraderie you feel, you look around and you realize that everybody is so different. You realize that this community is like super, really special. Like the company is really special. Hearing Carl Deichler speak and knowing that he's sincere and he's not just like this guy trying to make a buck. He's really, one of the things that they spent a lot of time talking about was the obesity rate in our country and how high it is and how it's continuing to grow. I can't remember the exact number, but it's like more than 60%, I want to say now, of an obesity rate. So like when we can't find people, there's people that need us. There's people that need us. They need our help. They need something, So if it's country heat where they can't do a whole lot, but they want to dance, or if it's something more extreme, whatever, there are people out there to help. So, the goal is to help those people and find at least 3 people. And we talk a lot about non-negotiables, and we talk a lot about, and you hear that, like Success Club's non-negotiable success. And it can be non-negotiable. Like for me, there is no ending my month without hitting Success Club. Like I refuse to let that happen. So if it means, again, I'm going to, and it's just a process of getting your mind there. And then once your mind is there, then you can do the actions you need to get you there. And it's just like them, just like me, we're all no different. I think it's just a matter of how doing and going for it. Snapchat, apparently, you're not on it, get on it. That was one thing we were told, and I've just gotten on it. I'm a little obsessed. I will have to say, like, it's kind of getting fun. The coolest part is 24 hours, it's gone. So no matter how crazy you act or how weird it is, it doesn't matter. It disappears in 24 hours. It's fun. It's a way. Right now, I'm still personally trying to figure it out, but maybe we can, in a few weeks, have a call about it and kind of just walk through some of the basics of it. Not quite sure how you're building a new network yet because there isn't really a way to add new people, so to speak. But it's definitely something you need to start like looking towards because they're saying it might be the next thing, So that's one thing to keep in mind. I feel like I can't even. Facebook ads, he did talk about that. And if you have a budget allowing you to maybe spend a little bit on Facebook ads, do some research first on the best way to do Facebook ads. I think that's kind of key for everything that I'm learning too. Like, I'm just YouTubing everything, like Facebook ads. I YouTubed it last night. In the bathtub, I was listening to different people talk about Facebook ads. The night before, I was listening to like Snapchat and Beachbody. Like that's all I typed in Snapchat for Beachbody coaches. And so then I was in the bathtub listening to that. So, Google, YouTube, whatever you have a question and something you're struggling in or something you can't quite figure out how to get past, find a video, find something that will help you try something new to do. I don't know. There's so much, but I think that again, the actual training stuff, I'd love to share with you guys. I went to one about how to become a top recruiter, and I have some good information also on social media. So a lot of that I'll share with you guys over the next couple weeks. We need to share also before new stuff coming out. There's a lot of big announcements if you hadn't heard that. So Beachbody On Demand is going to be releasing some new stuff. One thing is the yoga retreat. It's going to be available on Beachbody On Demand. I'm not sure when. I want to say it's in August, but I don't know when. It is going to be 3 weeks of a yoga program available on Beachbody On Demand. It's going to be for people who have never done yoga. So it's people, it starts you from the very, very beginning. The first week is for like you've never done it ever in your life. And then it goes on the second week to the third week to progressively getting a little bit harder. 30-minute workouts, perfect for anybody who has, any kind of impact issues. So that's going to be coming out. So stay tuned for that. Fix 8, the TV show or whatever cooking show is going to be coming out. It is going to be on demand as well. And what they're going to do is Autumn and her brother, who's this renowned chef apparently, have created these cooking videos. And some are short, some are 5 minutes, some are like 20 minutes. And they're going to teach different recipes on using the portion control containers. So those are going to be awesome when they start being released. I'm really excited about that. And that's something you can share with people to get them on demand as well. As well as they're going to have videos on, like, before you start the fix, how do you use portion control containers? Here's some tips to get you started. So those videos will be really great for our groups and sharing those, in our groups, and getting them prepared. So as they get their 30 days free, they can go in there and watch these videos and check them out in those 30 days to get them ready for the fix. So those are some new exciting things. And then in October, there is Core de Force coming out, which is going to be awesome. It is Joel and Jericho, and I don't know if you've ever done On Demand with them. They used to be in Les Mills programs. It's going to be like a martial arts based program, high intensity. I think it's going to be really awesome. So that's going to be another, group of people you can hit. So that's a little bit further back, but the other on-demand stuff is coming up. And then also September, I think, is the health bet, right?
Yeah. So
I still haven't quite understood this, but I guess they're putting a bunch of money in a pot, $1 million at a minimum, up to $3 million.
Yeah.
You form groups on your Beachbody Challenge app. And then those groups, people, if they check in every day that they've had their shake, and then check in 3 times a week that they've worked out, I think it is.
It's 5 times for the shake.
Sorry, what? 5 days a week.
For shakes.
Oh, 5 days a week.
And you have to do a picture.
Shake a day, and then work out 3 times a week, right? And they check in on that app. Then at the end, whoever has done that for those 3 weeks, they split however much money is in that pot. So it could be you, it could be me, it could be your challengers. We'll get more information about it I know it's in the Coach Breaking News, so I will share that. But that's something that might attract people too. So stay tuned for a lot of that. There's a lot of stuff you can be sharing with people. Beachbody On Demand is an awesome challenge pack to share with people. They can get Shakeology, and then they can get all of these different workouts and just try them out. And, and then go try the Fix 8 program, try this yoga, whatever, and then if they love a program that's not on there, they can download them, or they can, purchase it later. So that's, something definitely to look forward to. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. There's a lot of exciting stuff. So I know that Abby already bought her ticket to Summit next year. I know Jada already bought her ticket to Summit next year. So, Anybody else? Don't wait till last minute. Do it. You won't regret it. I know, Amber, I think you have to work, right? So I'm hoping maybe your coworker cancels her vacation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chloe, I'm waiting for you to join us.
Planning on it.
You're what?
I'm planning on getting a ticket.
Right. Get it, girl. Don't wait for the price to go up. And it's not now the $175 price is transferable.
Oh.
Almost positive. So yeah. So if you get it for $175 now and something comes up, you could sell it to somebody else. So it's worth it because then I think it goes up to $225, maybe something like that. So don't miss out on that. And I mean, I know it's a long ways away, but still, it's worth it. I promise, and you'll have something to look forward to. For me, I just want you one other thing. Keep in mind is we are going to be me and Shalise and the other girls are trying to get together another diamond group. So keep in mind, think about what your goals are. I'm going to be reaching out to you guys. If you have these goals to hit, then we'll talk and get you in a group that's starting. And it's going to be real. It's going to be like no joke. Like if you have a goal, then you want to be in this group, and we will do whatever we can to get you there. So keep that in the back of your head. Before we end, I would love to go around and talk about one success you have for the last week or two, since we haven't met in a while. Who wants to start? Amber, you want to start?
Sure. I actually thought of one the last time we talked, and I didn't even think about it till we got off the phone, but I've been doing 5Ks for a couple years now, and I'm finally jogging the whole way, which is exciting. So.
Yay! And you've lost 20 pounds.
I have, yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that until you're posting with me. I was like, holy cow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yay! Awesome. And you're running, and that's so exciting. Good job.
Thank you.
Chloe?
Well, I started the 22-minute hardcore again. I think I'm on my second day, and it's so much easier this time, and I can't figure out why, except maybe my fitness level is much higher now. But I also completed the 3-day refresh, and I lost 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did too, and then I ate it all like 3 days. And I haven't stopped eating since. Rachel, what about your success?
So I've been inviting more than I had been, so that feels good. Not getting a whole lot of responses, but that's okay.
That's okay. Keep going.
And then I started a personal development book, The Go-Giver, which I'm enjoying so far.
Cool. Awesome. Good. And Jada?
So I'm actually dancing and listening to country music. Woo! Can I get an amen? Because Jada country music.
It's all background. You don't really pay attention to it.
Oh, I totally pay attention to it. I love it.
Actually, it was kind of this is only my second day, and it's actually kind of catchy. I was like, what is happening? If the end of this, I'm like, yeah, let's listen to some country music.
I'm taking you to see Luke Bryan next year.
And I started this Shalene Johnson, that 30-day goal push thing or whatever. So, I mean, I think I'm on day 3. It really makes you think a lot. So I'm really excited to see what all comes out of that.
Yeah. And I have to say, Jada has been videoing and going live and Snapchatting and really putting herself out there. So she is pumped and ready to go for sure. So very exciting. Abby?
My eating is finally getting a little bit better. Definitely not completely back on track, but better.
Awesome.
And day 2 of Country Heat,
Nice.
which I was pretty excited about. So
yeah, fun. Awesome. Cool. So my success is I survived Nashville and New York in 2 weeks. And I am back on track. I've been inviting and starting back into my follow-ups, and got a challenger to be a coach. So our challenge groups are working. We just need to keep them exciting and fun. So I'm going to take a quick photo real quick, and then cheers. Before it cuts me off. So I am going to try and one other thing I would like to buy after the school starts, to have a consistent call every week. So Tuesday night, 9 p.m. It's going to stay that way. I don't know that it's going to be Tuesday night just yet, but I'm just saying whatever night, it's probably going to be at 9 p.m. one night a week. And we try and make it, do whatever you can to make it. If you're in the car, you call in. If you're, you do your best. So I think we're going to try that to make it easier. So that's just how it is. And then next week I'm going to try for a call. I leave for Wednesday for Orlando. So I'm going to try maybe a Tuesday night call if I can get enough people on again. And then after that, I promise once I get back, school's in session, and I will be more available and more on track with like organizational things. So just stay tuned for all of our exciting stuff. Be pumped, get excited, share your excitement, and get people in our groups and get people in our webinar, and just tell everybody how much you love what you're doing so they could love it too. So do you guys have any questions? I don't know if it'll cut us off, but if so, I can try and answer any questions.
What was the name of the group for the 22nd?
Back to school, back to you.
Back to school, back to you.
I have a picture I'll post tomorrow. I was going to create an event. I just did the free event, so I was going to wait to do another event.
So are you first